So here's my set of four 1966-67 Yamaha YL100 twin jets. They're 100cc two-stroke twins, oil injected, so you don't have to do any premix. And the first one, the blue one, is the one that I'm gonna get going, and the other ones were just parts bikes that I found in my travels. And I also have two other engines and a box full of parts and NOS parts and just stuff you can't find for these. And I'm gonna do a walkthrough, go one by one with these, get the frame numbers, get the engine numbers. That way at least I have them in my archive, and hopefully eventually get to them. Or they might just go down the road. So we'll start with this blue one. It's titled, first of all, and it is VIN number, I don't know if you can see or if it'll focus, it's Y33-23141, and it has 1,490 miles, which once again you can never believe that stuff, and it's engine number L123141, and this one has a key. It's got the knob on the other side for the side panel, and what's cool about this one is it's got the double sprocket. So that big one is one that you would use for riding up in the mountains or if you were racing, and then the small one is you would carry an extra bit of chain link that you would add, and then you could just run down the highway. So that's the way people used to do it back in the day. People used to ride to the races, change their gearing like that, and then go race. And this one, the engine was stuck just like every two-stroke I get in Montana or anywhere, and just lubed it up over time, loosened it up, and got them. They're both loose. I had taken off that right-hand side just to see about piston size, and the cool thing is stuff is still available for this engine-wise, because these motors, these engines have been used worldwide. So that's the blue one. So the red one, actually the red one and then the one on the end, which is also red, I guess this is orange, I got from a friend of mine for a trade. And this one, let's see if we can see the VIN, is Y33-4107, and I think the last one's a 6, and it's got 3,201 miles, and that speedo is not seen good days. And then the engine number is L141076, and once again this one also has the carb intakes, but they're kind of cracked, and I covered that up. But those are that's the stuff that kills you on these restorations, is the little rubber parts. But this one's pretty complete. I've got tail lights for everything, and missing the side panels, missing a Kickstarter. I haven't even tried to start it or turn it over, and basically got it buttoned up so no water or anything goes into it. So that's the orange one. And that one is titled. And then this one is missing the body work, and this was indoors. I got it with a couple of engines. The guy raced other kind of Yamahas, and he let me buy these. And that one's Y33-500640, and this speedo's not too bad. That stuff is not water, it's just like I don't know, probably condensation over time, obviously, that dried up. So it's got 38, 39 miles. And then I threw a set of handlebars on it, and then it does have the original clutch perch with all the different switches. And this one has a left, oh, that's a low high. I thought maybe they had turn signals, which they don't. So, and then this one is engine number L1500640, and I guess that blue one is the only one with the double sprockets, but this one has the lower fender rubber, and basically, once again, just got it as a parts bike. It doesn't have the mufflers. It does have the exhaust headers on them, and looks like it's got the original battery strap. So each one has individual parts that I would probably use on other bikes, but they have the center stands, and this one does have a side stand, and I think the red one doesn't have a side stand, and the blue one does have a side stand, and so that kind of shows that bike. And that has no title since it's a parts bike. And then this is the last one, and this one is titled, and it's complete. Well, they're never complete, but you know, missing side panels, but the majority of the stuff is there. And this one, the VIN is, see if it'll focus, is Y33-505335, and I forgot these come with the heel toe shifters. And this one, once again, they all stop at about 4,000 or 5,000 miles, and same thing with this, just over time that speedometer at 3842 kind of gets the condensation inside that dries up kind of white. And there's some parts there, and all these roll. I haven't put any air in the tires because it's a waste of time. And that one has a broken tail light, but I have tail lights for all of them. And then they all have the Yamaha gas cap, which a lot of times are lost. This one has a side cover on the right hand side that's the oil tank side, but the muffler's cleaned up pretty nicely. So there you have it. Got these 3 complete semi-complete twin jets, a parts twin jet, and then 2 extra engines, and a box of all the little doodads that I found along my travels, like the fender rubber. I have 2 carb intakes. I have just all the little stuff, like the little rubbers that go on top of the carburetor. Each carburetor has like little rubber things that never survived, and I found some NOS stuff for that. But the blue one is the one that I'm going to concentrate on, because it's just a pretty blue. Well, they're all pretty, but that one's actually in pretty good condition. So there you have it. Cool Yamaha twin jets, 52 years old or over 50 years old, and gonna see if they'll live again. Here's my stash of twin jet parts, and I have 2 motors and a bunch of other parts, and I'll start with the motors and or these engines. This one says L1 512414, and it's a twin jet engine. It's a 100cc twin, and this one I got both of them out of a storage area in Bozeman. And this one is missing the left side cover, but it's got the carburetors, which are little teeny tiny. I don't know if they're like 22 millimeter or 28. They're just little dinky carburetors. But the big thing is it's got the linkage system, and it's got the cables that operate the oil injection and all that stuff. And this one is, I don't know if you can see it, but it says L1-38333, and nice and clean, just like everything I got. It's easier to clean them than work on them. And then I picked up a set of carburetors that are to the left, and they have the cool, they have the rubber caps that never survive. There's a set of mirrors, there's a gasket kit, and then these are the rare puppies. Those are the intakes, and got the service manual, chain guard, and then I have 3 taillights that are all original, and mud flap, and then that is the flap that goes on the rear fender, and so that's super rare. And then one of the main one, the blue one I have, you know, they all come seized because water gets in, and you can see this is one of the cylinders, so I had taken that cylinder off, and then the other one is on the bike. But that pretty much shows you that part stash part, and just got lucky finding all this stuff over time. And there's a good look at them. And then there's all the parts boxed up. There's one engine, there's the other engine, hermetically sealed. And here's my period correct storage facility right now for the twin jets, engines, and parts are in that bag, and then I'm going to be covering up with this with the tarp. But just, oh, it looks cool. I've just got the tie downs on there just to hold the bikes for now, but just looks super bitchin'. So there's the bikes all cleaned up, everything's inventoried, videoed, photos, and hopefully I'll combine this with the other videos with the Yamaha twin jets. And there's that pretty blue one. Hello!